We recommend Pollen Burst in the berry flavor and Tangy Tangerine 2.0 in the tablet form. For regularity issues, we recommend 3-Day Cleanse, and for personal care, we recommend Morning Hydration Cream. You can shop online for Youngevity at www.kcaateam.com, or you can order by phone by calling 800-982-3197 and tell customer support that you are part of the Kcaa team. Youngevity is an American company based in San Diego. Call Youngevity at 800-982-3197 and ask about monthly auto ship that allows you to buy Youngevity products at wholesale prices. That number again, 800-982-3197. For more local radio every day, tune into KCAA Loma Linda.
Call my mama, I need bail. Got me in the cell. Tell the homies I need some help. Nobody gotta stay in jail. Trying to hit me with the felony, but I got the remedy.
1-800 bail me out.
That's what they telling me. No collateral, just a few payments. Off the commissary, just call me my bail agent. 1-800 bail me out. That's right.
1-800 bail me out.
1-800 bail me out. 1-800 bail me out. 1-800 bail me out. 1-800 bail me out. Log on, remedybail.com. Post bail, get out of jail and go home. If you or your loved ones are arrested, call Remedy Bail Bonds at 1-800 bail me out. All collect calls will be accepted. Visit us online at remedybail.com.
Se habla español.
A word from our sponsors. We start off with R81 Wraps. Serve your own crew. Car wraps, vehicles, walls, trailers, and all your needs. 425 South G Street, San Bernardino, 909-384-7061. And more. The San Bernardino companies for your transportation needs. Hayes Towing, 5486 Industrial Parkway, San Bernardino, 909-887-4953. Wilson Towing, 2310 East 3rd Street, San Bernardino, 909-885-5455. Big Z, 274 North I Street, San Bernardino, 909-889-9655. Danny's Towing, 2305 West Highland Avenue, San Bernardino, 909-887-0651. We want to thank all our sponsors. And now, it's showtime.
Sunday Funday, every Sunday with Danny Acros and Benita Rodriguez. Today on Voices of Talent, we have Esmeralda Negretti. And if you would like to call in, it's 1-888-909-1050. Welcome back, Esmeralda. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Well, no, I just, I know the last time we didn't get to really talk to you too much, so I figured, well, we'll turn around and get a little bit more information from you. And so can you tell us a little bit about yourself so those that are listening and, you know, didn't get to listen to the last show?
Sure. I live here in the city, of course, and I'm a mother of 4. My son graduated this year, class of 2017. That's the younger boy, 2 boys, 2 girls. And go Hawks. That was Arroyo Valley High School grad, you know.
Yeah,
so very happy.
Congratulations.
2 more to go, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes. And, you know, I enjoy staying involved within our city. I think it was one of those, I don't know if it was a bittersweet for someone from the district had asked, well, you know, this is your last one. And I said, no. I said, you have me for 10 more years.
Yeah. So you work for the school district?
I do. I work part-time for the school district, and I enjoy in getting involved with the kids. And I think when I ran in 2015, it was a bittersweet in the part that I knew that getting elected meant goodbye to as far as my position with the city.
Yes.
But then I thought about it, and I thought, you know, I could always come back and volunteer. I can continue to have this, rapport with the students, because really it was a very close election. It was
Yes,
a very exciting and
yes.
close election, and I remember looking back, and one day I looked at the kids and I thought, my gosh, coming tomorrow, this is going to tonight. We find out whether I continue with the city or not.
Yes.
And I think everything happens for a reason. It was a close election, and I placed fifth out of the four. So I continue to engage with the kids, which is
Yes,
great.
yes.
And being in there, I think it's a great experience and a great eye opener, because you get to see the needs.
That's
And you
true.
get to understand more of what, as a parent myself of children in the school district, we see. And I think no matter whether that child in the classroom is your child or not, you have to be that advocate for the kid. You have to be the
Yes.
advocate for the parent, because as much as you hear that, well, there's absentee parents, absentee parents doesn't mean that the child should have less of an opportunity or less of the same advantages that others who have parents who are involved or grandparents that are involved have that same equal right. Whether you're advocating because somebody is getting suspended or somebody's not receiving the books, somebody's not receiving what they should be receiving, I think that's our job. Whether you're an employee or you're just another parent,
Yes.
we should be there for them.
That's true. I mean, a lot of parents, I know that nowadays both parents have to work, and sometimes they carry like two jobs, and they can't always be there at the school. And sometimes your child might need some kind of help in there, or something going on in there. At least they can turn around and turn to you, or maybe somebody else in the school district. So to get some kind of help.
I love handing out to moms or even the student the number for youth services for Ray Culverson, because of course you have that kid that one day they're going to have their bad day, and that was just out of their character. And so I recently experienced one of those where the mom said, what, that is my child. And this was a young girl who had said, what, I think I want to be a coroner. What does a coroner earn? So of course I said, well, let's look at this. And we got into it and we checked, and unfortunately there was a disagreement with somebody else, with another student, and I walked, as I was leaving, the mom was arriving to the campus, and I'm glad. It must have been meant to be. I really do believe that it's not one of those things where coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Had I walked, just a few seconds after, I never would have ran into the mom.
That's
But I
true.
ran into the mom, and I could hear her on the phone. She was agitated because of what had happened, and she needed help. She needed to get, who else can I talk to?
Yes.
And so, of course, I overheard her, and I said, if you don't mind, I said, this is the number you call. You contact youth services, contact Ray Culverson, by the way. And then I went back inside, wrote it down on a piece of paper, and gave it to her. And she wanted to know who was the assistant administrator over that school. And I said, what's Kenan Mitchell? Here you go. Here's his email. So,
Yeah. Well, that's great.
yeah.
So you're running again this
Yes.
year. Oh, okay. And can you tell us a little bit about the position that you're running for?
School board. I will be running again for school board. I really do believe that we need to have more of that parent voice. And my foot in is that I do have that understanding, because I do work for the district, that I have that understanding of where we need more, more funding, where we see more need.
Yes.
And I can tell you that as a parent who has that foot inside the door, I don't like what I see.
Okay.
Because as you recall, we had an event, and it was a very, not an event, a tragedy that we had here in the city, but the North Park Elementary was something that, as much as people want to say, it couldn't have been prevented, there was blood on this man's eyes, I still believe that had there been other steps, had things followed,
Yes.
after I saw the video was released of what
Yeah,
happened.
I saw it too.
And Del Marston continued to say over and over, protocol was followed, but he wouldn't make it clear to the community, to the parents, what is that protocol? And I called him out on it when they had that North Park, meeting
Yes.
down at that old San Bernardino Sun building, because when he said, when they arrive, we check for ID, and this is what they sign in, the video clearly shows there was never any ID asked for. He continued to say he was a familiar face. Well, how could he be a familiar face when they had recently been married
Yes.
as of January? It just wasn't adding up. What was coming out of his mouth wasn't adding up. Then recently, I went to the Wall building, which is on Highland and Western, and walking in there, this is what I saw, and I'm not sure if the camera can see it pretty good, but what it is that they have, it used to be just a counter, a little short itty bitty counter, and you
Yes.
had the little swing door when you would get there. Well, now what they've done, and I've asked the lady, I said, when was this built? Because of course I walk in and I see brand new carpet, glass here, glass there. When was this built? And she said a year and a half. I asked another person, they said a year and, a year and 2 months. Whether it was a year and a half or a year and 2 months, it doesn't matter. What I think it's not okay is that these measures were taken to protect those who work there at the well building.
Yes.
There are measures, we have the same type of setup in the district where at the Board of Ed, you have the little double glass door, everything else. Why is it that it's a priority to take these measures at buildings but not at the schools?
Yeah, that's true. We have Danny Alcaraz.
I'm late like always.
No, no problem.
How you doing?
Good to see you, good to see you.
Good to see you. So what we got going on?
Well, we're talking about some of the measures that they have taken for the North Park when they had that shooting. When that teacher's husband went in and ended up shooting her and shooting the 2 kids.
Well, I couldn't believe that happened.
Yeah. So we were talking a little bit about that. We're also talking about some of the Esmeralda Negretti is also running for school board. So we're talking a little bit about that.
Don't they have an election coming up? Was that over already?
No, this year there 3 seats are up this year. 3
Yes.
seats. It's that they're going to be open, and
Is that November too?
November again.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought there was something in June this month.
No,
No.
not that I'm aware of, but
No?
I know that there's...
Don't scare me like that.
No, this one, well, the school board anyway, I know that it's in November. And then, of course, the city's not until next year.
Oh, see, I'm forgetting about politics now. I haven't been involved in it in a while
Yeah,
now.
you haven't been active in it.
No.
Yeah.
So you guys lighten me up and everything.
You were talking about the picture.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, I mean, how come certain schools have that? Because I was looking at the picture, and they have glass. How come the other schools aren't, kind of remodeled to that way?
Oh, well, thank you for bringing up remodeling, because remember Measure N, which was brought